What's the deal, man? It's your boy Jay from Red. Welcome to episode number 2 of Inland Talk. And today we have a super special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself,
It's your
sir.
boy Big Temps, you know what I mean? Coming out that city of Riverside.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
man.
What's
My
cracking?
dog, I appreciate you pulling up on me.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, big dog. You
Always,
know,
man.
this has been long awaited, homie.
For sure. Now, we've been talked about this for a cool minute, so it's nice to have you here, sir.
That's right, big dog.
We have a lot to cover today.
A whole lot.
We have
you
a
know what I
whole
mean?
lot. But we're going to start from ground zero.
Let's do it.
Tell me about your childhood, sir. Where do you come from? What was it like?
Okay, so I was born in Orange County.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was born in Orange County.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Damn.
But see, I was born in Orange County, and my mom, my dad, and my brothers, and my sisters, they had already lived in Mariloma.
Okay.
So for whatever reason, my mom wanted me born in Orange County.
Okay.
So I was born in Chapman Hospital, and then but I've been raised in Riverside my whole life.
How many years did you spend in OC?
I spent I want to say about 3 nights.
3 nights?
I was just born there. You know?
Yeah, just born there.
Yeah, I was just born there, and then they brought me back. You know, it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But that's where they wanted me.
That's
born
a
at.
trip.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that, you know.
Damn.
And I thought I'd just throw it out there right now in Inland Talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keeping it 100, you know?
Nah, 100%. Okay, so your family already lived in Mariloma.
Yeah.
So you were raised there. You're from Riverside.
I'm from Riverside.
Okay,
you know?
I respect it. I'm glad you're one of those.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you're one of those because you know what I'm talking about. So tell me about your childhood in Mariloma. What was that like from
I mean,
the start?
From the start, it was it was rough. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it was rough. It was you know, growing up as a kid, you know, it was you know, very violent around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was you know, my brothers growing up, they were always into some, you know, something, you know what I mean? You know, there was a lot of drugs around me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I grew up, you know, with my mom and my dad separating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then moving in with my grandma at the age of, I think it was like 9 years old. And, you know, she stayed in Riverside. So it was just back and forth, you know, stay with my dad here and there, stay with my mom, you know. And then at a young age, start kicking it with the fellas.
Right.
You know. Because my brothers and my sisters, they're a little bit older than me. You know what I mean? So they were already kind of out of the house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was just me, you know.
Okay.
And you know, so I would, you know, take off and go kick it with the homies and do all that, you know. So I mean, I got to experience a lot at a young age, you know.
Were your older brothers a part of the group of homies that you would go kick it with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My two older brothers were.
Are you the baby?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the youngest, you know. You know, my two older brothers, they were in the mix.
Okay.
You know, I do have another oldest brother. He just liked to smoke and get high.
Yeah, just outside.
You know what I mean? You know, listen to rock and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, other than that, you know, Miraloma was a good area for me to grow up in. It taught me a lot.
Taught you a lot, right? And so at that age, by 9, you're in elementary, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about elementary. How was that?
Elementary was vicious, man.
Was it?
You know, it was like, you know, in Miraloma, you have to, because there's a lot of ranchos. There's a lot
right, for sure.
It's mostly Spanish speaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm at that elementary school. I went to Trout Street Elementary. You know? So there was a lot of, you know, Spanish speaking kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know Spanish, but it wasn't maybe to, how can I say, it wasn't as perfect as other kids.
It wasn't your first language.
So they'd be on my bumper.
Would
you know
they?
What I mean? Yeah, they used to be on my bumper until I started, you know, kind of smacking fools around. You know?
Yeah.
And but it was yeah, that was a very, very tough elementary school.
Damn,
you know,
all the way in elementary.
Fighting every day, you know. I used to gamble when I was
in elementary.
Yeah.
In 4th grade.
4th grade, yeah.
Damn,
I used to bring cards to school and play 21. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to bet the other kids and stuff like
For
that.
like their candies or what?
Lunch money.
Yeah.
Yeah, lunch money. And everybody knows whoever grew up in Miraloma, we used to always go to Round Table Pizza. It was
Round Table, okay.
Yeah, it was on Etowanda and 58th Street because they used to have the arcade.
Yeah.
So I would win all the money from elementary school. And I would walk home, and because I used to live maybe about I say about 10 minutes walking
Mm-hmm.
from my elementary school.
Okay.
And where Round Table was, it was just across the wall. So I would,
Makes sense, yeah.
I'd be gambling and get all the money and then go to Round Table Pizza and gamble.
Balling.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're a baller, huh?
And that's where that's where we all kicked it at right there.
Yeah.
Growing up, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild. All the way back to 4th grade, it was cracking like that.
Yeah, it was cracking.
So, fast forward through elementary. You made it through elementary.
Yeah.
Right. Talk to me about middle school. What was middle school like?
Middle school got more active.
Did it?
Middle school got more, who were you gonna kick it with?
Yeah, because I feel like elementary. A lot of those things don't even develop yet, but they had developed already. Were with you where you were at with the fighting and the gambling. It's more of like a middle school, early high school thing, but it kicked it off early.
I would say 5th and 6th grade. That's when it started, like really, cracking like that.
Yeah.
And then when I entered middle school, that's where the the Ben Davis, FP counties, the solos,
Mhm.
And then that got to where you're really kicking it with the homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you're introduced to certain things, and that's where life started.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I spent 2 years at Merloma Middle.
Okay.
And then I did go to, well, they didn't allow me to go to Rupa Valley High School.
No?
Nah, they didn't allow me to go there because already, my past in middle school, they said they didn't want me there.
Mhm.
They were gonna send me to a school that only, had people that were in trouble, that were in trouble. So I went back to Marietta High School in 9th grade, and I lasted probably about 6 months there, and then got kicked out of that district, and then came back to Riverside, and then I went to a school right behind Rubidoux High School.
Right behind Rubidoux High School.
Yeah, it was called the Learning Center.
It's a learning center.
So it was you're on probation, or all the districts, they don't want you in the district.
Yeah.
You went there.
Okay. They still have that nowadays? The learning center right there?
I believe so. Maybe it's an adult school now.
Maybe it is an adult school. Yeah. Because I feel like that school was Raincross around back then, or no? It was back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's what had taken it over.
They didn't even want me at Raincross.
They didn't want you at Raincross? Damn, fool, you were fucked up.
Yeah. They didn't even want me there. I remember, and so I ended up there, and that was it.
That's wild.
That was my high school. Like, that was my high school. I was there for like about 2 years, and then I just dropped out.
You didn't graduate?
Nah, I graduated in 2000 and 2012. After I got in, because I got shot in 2010, and then 2012 I went back to school, and then got my high school diploma. And for Mother's Day, I gave it to my mother,
Yeah?
Yeah, I gave it to my mother,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so.
That's beautiful. What else did you do in high school? So, did you play any sports in high school? Did you do...
Nah, my grades were, they weren't up to date.
You were just outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
high school was mostly talking to the girls and just kicking it with the fellas,
That's fucking right. No.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you dropped out after 2 years of high school.
Yeah.
What happened then? Where'd you go from there?
I went to the streets.
Did you?
I learned my mathematics out there. I fought a lot.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Fought a lot. Anything that come up. That was a time where I was just making money.
Yeah.
I just want to make money. Nothing else was important to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And building a name. That's where it left off.
Right.
I bought my first car. It was a Honda Civic hatchback.
That's right.
Two-door, you know, no rims, no tires.
It's a little hoopty.
Yeah, a little hoopty, little get around.
Yeah, a
you know
little
what
get
I'm
around. There you go.
saying? You know,
Something.
I remember I threw you know, the big old house speakers.
Of course, yeah.
I threw that in the back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
This fool was super pumped, yeah.
I was balling. I was balling back then. You know, I felt like it.
I bet.
You know.
So through that time, were you already starting to venture into music? Were you already starting to rap, or were you just full on?
No. So basically, you know, I got busted a few times. You know what I'm saying? And when I got out, I had gotten out at well, let me see, 20. So I was in the feds. Okay. So when I got out of that one, then I had my daughter. Okay. So when I had my daughter, I chilled for a little bit, and then 2010, I got shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got shot. The first time I got shot 3 times, and then I was in the hospital. I came out a week later. I got hit 3 more times.
Is that right?
Yeah. So once that occurred, I used to do music with the homie Droopy.
Okay.
He was from my neighborhood, and it was a way to release any anger, anything that I was going through.
Right.
You know what I mean? And basically I did the music just for the homies from the neighborhood, or certain homies from the area and stuff like that. And then
so you didn't see where it was going?
Nah, I didn't even.
You had no.
Nah, I just did it just to
you know,
because everybody wanted to bump the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wanted to bump the city. You know, so that's the reason why I did it. And then when I started seeing it was, I was getting that support, then I ran with it. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So because the second time that you had gotten hit, right? Was that the time that landed you in a wheelchair?
Yes.
That was the time?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How did that affect you mentally? Just everything. Like what
you know, to be honest with you, it affected me a lot,
I bet.
Because at the same time, I was just thinking about my daughter,
For sure.
And I remember I was in the back seat of the car when I got shot. I was in the back seat, and they were driving me to the hospital, and I could just remember, like, thinking like, man, they're gonna have me on the shirt. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a car wash. All the homies are gonna be there. My daughter's gonna be without her dad.
Yeah.
And at that time, I got shot in the head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On this side right here. So, mind you, I have a big old headache. I'm like, it's one of them. I couldn't even describe the pain.
Yeah.
But that's all I could think about. You know what I'm saying? And when I got to the hospital, they were telling my mom, okay, look, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. So go send your love and stuff like that. And I remember my mom came in. She goes, all right, son, look, they're saying that you're not gonna make it. I love you. And just fight. And I remember she took a seat right behind me, and she started praying. And I just remember I was just looking up because I didn't go unconscious or nothing.
Yeah.
So I felt everything, every experience, everything. I felt it. And so I remember I was there for maybe like about 5 hours, and then they put me in ICU, and I woke up like about 2 weeks after that.
Oh, you were down for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Like coma?
Yeah. For like.
That's
and
crazy.
then I woke up. 2 weeks later, and then I went to a rehab for maybe like about a month for because my speech was a little off.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was off real bad because of the bullet that hit my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tend to I had like like little lisps and stuff like that. So I had to work on all that. I had to learn how to talk again. And so I was there for like about a month, and then when I came out, that's when it really hit me. Like, oh damn, like I got to basically learn how to live all over again.
For sure. Yeah.
And they basically told me that I was gonna need assistance for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's something that I never accepted. You know, so I would tell the family, I'm gonna do this by myself. You know what I mean? If I need help, I'm gonna ask you.
Soldier.
So I learned how to dress myself, bathe myself, feed myself. And then I graduated to learn how to provide for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing was just to show everybody that nothing was gonna bring me down.
Yeah.
Like nobody was gonna get the best of me. I wasn't gonna fail. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I wasn't gonna be that guy that everybody gave sympathy to.
Right.
Like even in my neighborhood, if I made a mistake, hold me accountable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hold me accountable. Don't don't
Give me passes
don't
off
give
of
me
sympathy.
pass it or nothing.
Yeah.
Or nothing. Still to this day, I tell everybody,
Right.
you got an issue with me, or you got something to say, or if I offended you, bring it to my attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in this chair, but I'm still a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's always been my my strength in moving forward.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still a man. And I do still take accountability for anything that I do or say.
For sure, it shows.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was mostly like my 20s, and then when I hit 30, that's when I still like, I started, writing a little bit more,
Yeah. Taking a little bit more serious.
Yeah, and then about 4 years after that, then I said, man, I'm gonna do this,
Yeah.
because there really wasn't any homies really coming out that you know what I mean, as far as rapping, as far as you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
so once I came in, then I started representing the inland like full
Full
throttle.
force, yep.
You know what I mean? Full
Full force,
throttle.
for
and
sure.
and if I ran into a homie that wanted to do music, I'd push him. Come on, homie, let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
And or bringing unity and stuff like that within
Yeah.
the homies. You know what I'm saying? So that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going, to being able to be an example. Because I
for
want,
sure.
when people think about the inland, I want, hey, big Temps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why, I represent the best way I can. You
Yeah.
know?
For sure. That's wild, man. Just going back to that whole story. When you had gotten hit and your whole life had changed, did it change your outlook on the streets at all?
You know what? Because I've accepted the fact that you want to be on the streets, you want to, thug it out. Things like that's gonna happen. Don't think a little bullet will miss you.
Right.
You know what I mean? That little bullet it will hit you. It will go through your flesh. So I've accepted the things that might happen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when it did happen, I'm like, damn, all right, well, got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because I was really out there. I was
For
really
sure.
out there. I wasn't on the porch.
Right.
I was
Off that.
I was off the
I
porch
was off
and
the porch.
past the curb and onto the street, and everybody that really knows me, they know that I was active, and unfortunately, this was the cards that I was dealt, but it's not gonna break me or take away what I believe in.
For sure.
You
No,
know?
yeah. Do you feel like it built a lot of character within yourself?
It did. It humbled me.
I bet.
Yeah, it humbled me
For sure.
and I feel that it made me more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have to be.
You have to be, for sure.
I got to
Yeah.
be stronger mentally, physically. That's just how it has to be.
For sure. Well, I'm glad that you're here. First and foremost.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm telling you, like all these little youngsters, man, just understand that you want to go this route. Things might happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things might happen, and best of luck. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't something to play with.
Right.
This ain't a trend. This isn't a part time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we people really lose their lives.
Yeah.
Whether it's due to incarceration or in a body bag. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because we thought it was cool and let's join. Nah, some of us grew up like this.
Right.
Some of us felt like this is the only way of life.
Right.
But as I'm older now, I get to see that there's more to life than being out there on the streets 24/7.
For sure.
Will I ever deny where I'm from? Never. this is who I am. This is where I'm from, but I still like to enjoy life.
Yeah. And I first-handedly have watched you talk to youngsters and like in a positive manner and light, and try and push people to do the right thing. You know what I'm talking about? You don't
Yeah.
just push the negative upon people, right? So that's one thing that I'll give up to you. So into your 20s, into your 30s, is that when you started to write more and take it a little bit more seriously?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did that go? You started rapping. You started to make a little bit of a name for yourself, not just only in your neighborhood, a little bit outside of your neighborhood. You
Yeah.
started connecting to people.
Yeah.
Talk to me
Yeah.
about some early on connections that you have made.
Well, I mean, I made one connection. You know what I mean? That I won't acknowledge that man again. I'm sure everybody knows who that label was and stuff like that.
How did that come about?
That came about just
Working.
yeah, just working. The homies from Eastside Banning, Sinner, Diablo.
Shout out to Diablo, free him.
Yeah, free the fellas. They spoke highly about me to that certain individual. That certain individual heard my music,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, what I mean, he asked about me and stuff that, and knew I was a good dude, and it went from there. Unfortunately, it didn't end well, but I got to make a name for myself,
For sure.
And through the hard work and dedication, what I mean. So I'm alright with that,
So by this time, had you had already dropped any of the roll calls?
Okay, so yeah.
By this time you had. So how
yeah.
did that come about? Because that's a huge project that a lot of people talk about.
Yeah. So basically, the way that came about was it was me, Sinner, and Diablo.
Okay.
And we were in the garage at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started talking, man. We just just right there having a conversation. And I had mentioned, I said, man, you know what? We should get all the homies together, you know? You think that's possible? And I remember he said, man, let's do it. Let's do it, So I started reaching out to everybody that was on the roll call.
Right.
And I was telling her, hey, look, when you guys come, bring 10 people. You know what I mean? And this is gonna be a peaceful event. It's gonna be a video showing unity, showing how we do it in Riverside County. That's when I did the Riverside County roll call.
Right.
And it just turned out great. If you were there, you'd be able to feel the just the unity, the love the homies were showing,
Right.
and being able to bring everybody together with not one problem, and that speaks volumes.
That does speak volumes, yes.
And so once we did that, I remember speaking with Exclusive.
Okay.
And he was like, well, why don't we expand it? Why don't we go the whole Inland Empire, And I'm like, wow, you're right. Let me see if we can do that.
Right.
Let's see if that can be accomplished.
Yeah.
So we ended up calling it the Empire Roll Call, because we had the homies from Valle Coachella.
Right.
We had the homies from High Desert. And it turned out amazing.
It did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting numbers and also too showing what we're capable of doing.
And you kept it super inland.
Yeah.
Like dropped on inland channels.
Yep.
Nothing but inland rappers.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It shows just, man, it shows unity within the area, and that's something that's very important to me.
100%. So millions and millions of views later, correct?
Yeah.
That's dope. Millions of views later, do you feel like it's a struggle or it's more difficult for us to come up being from where we're from?
Most definitely.
How we're looked at by other areas that surround us, such as, let's just say, for instance, Los Angeles or SGV or San Diego or anything like that?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel that at times our talent is overlooked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just makes the homies grind even harder, And we have a gang of talent over here.
For sure.
A gang of talent, And I feel that we still need to keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? Because, one of us is going to make it.
For sure.
That's what I believe in. You know what I mean? And if I have any handed that, then it's gonna happen.
Do you feel like there's people that have made it that don't come back to their city the way that they should, or give back, or show light, or show love the way that they should?
Just in the inland, or
Just in the inland, yeah.
not at all.
Not at
You
all.
know, because for example, Little Blackie.
Shout out to Lil
Okay,
Blackie.
Little Blackie, he did his thing.
Yeah,
He did his thing. Early '90s, 2000s, super baller.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's very involved in the city.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We just did that toy drive right
Yep.
there in the east side.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, Bundy.
ODM.
All the homie ODM.
Yeah, shout out to ODM.
You know what I'm saying? He did it in the early '90s.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And he's still right there in the in the
Showing
inland,
love
just
to the city, yeah.
showing love.
For sure.
Yeah. So I feel like the ones that made it, they know where they come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know where they come from,
All of them.
and man, let me see who else. Huh? Oh, yeah.
It could get cut.
Yeah. You know what, my boy? Yeah, it's just no, like you too, my boy. I'll be straight up, like, you blew it fast on me,
For sure.
quick.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And you're still right there with the fellas.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right there at the south side. What was it? The south side spread.
Southside
You know what I
spreads,
mean?
yeah.
And you're right there with the boys just kicking it, dog, like nothing. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
the homies embrace you.
For
you know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Nah, everybody shows me love, man.
all that, dog. All that. It's because how you carry yourself.
Again, and I've said this probably 100 times to you, and I've said it to the fellas. I cannot do what I do without you guys.
Yeah.
Respect, like, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
guys back my play. You guys took me in like a younger brother, man.
Yeah.
And you guys show me nothing but love and support me and push me. And you guys suit up and show up when I need you guys.
Yeah.
When I need people for an event, or I need some help with a video, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, you guys never fail to show up.
Yeah, of course.
So,
A real important thing, dog, is how you conduct yourself.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you conduct yourself like a clown, or you're always getting out of hand, you wouldn't be biased. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of us got a lot of respect for you, homie, because you maintain your composure and you conduct yourself as you should.
Right.
Especially if you're from the area.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
For
if
sure.
you're from the area, we hold accountability.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen me pull homies aside. Hey, don't do that.
For sure.
What are you
Yeah.
doing? Hey, don't, because at the end of the day, we all represent for each other.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
there's been times even when, certain people from areas have felt some type of way towards me, and you've had to call me and just be like, this is what it is. So
Yeah.
just be mindful.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's up to me, or up to the people that are told
Mhm.
to act a certain way or be mindful of certain things, whether they're going to do that or not.
Yeah.
So
I just feel, you know what? I feel being real is not entertaining.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to see, like, being real. If you're real and you're speaking real things and real life things, it's not entertaining. I
Yes.
feel like, if somebody's rapping about, or just because this individual has bars and knows how to make music, but what he's rapping about isn't the way he's living, it's okay because he has bars. It's entertaining.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's starting to happen a lot. I wonder if the fans and everybody would, like, do how can I say, background checks. There wouldn't be a lot of rappers here. I'll tell you that right now.
The rap industry would be dead.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm being straight up, like, you can't hide from what you really are.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't hide from that.
Right.
And with me, I know who's real and I know who's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to each its own. I won't ever throw shade on a homie trying to do it, but just be real with yourself.
Yeah.
Be real with yourself, and you'll succeed a lot more than trying to fake it.
For sure.
And I think that's another problem that we're having out here is these dudes are coming out the woodworks. Yeah, they got bars. Yeah, they can flow. Yeah, they can. But nothing they're rapping about. If you go and spend a day in a life with them, you're gonna be like, what the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Which is what we've been able to do. And it's a
Yeah.
trip to see, because even coming into the industry, it's like I had views of a lot of these people that I've gotten to work with, and they are nothing like you think they're going to be. And
Yep.
it's a trip, dog. It's a trip. And you're not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
You're not one of them.
I drive a foreign,
Yeah.
a Mercedes
Mhm.
with a cane and a Nike Cortez shoe.
Down ass
You know
fool.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't. This is me. Yeah, you know, I'm in a wheelchair. Yeah, so what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, this ain't gonna take nothing from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I rap about,
It's real
anybody that knows me, yeah, that's how he lives. Yeah,
Real shit.
that's what he got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I don't fake the funk. I'm not gonna rap about me living in a $2 million mansion
Right.
up in the hills. You know, nah. I'm right there in the hood. You know what I mean? Like,
What about the fools that rap about it, but you know, off the mic they're just like, fool, I just be capping. I just like to make music. It's fun.
I wouldn't even be in the room with them.
No?
Hell nah.
So if I got in the studio and I started talking hot shit, you would tell me to shut the fuck up?
Most likely, dog. You know, because I respect you, dog. I got love for you.
That's
I'm like, nah, dog, don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still wonder, man, whatever happened to that, man, that one skit that we did right there in the studio at the breaking
With
spot,
Problem?
man.
Hey, Sinful.
That one would have.
I'm gonna show you after this. Sinful torched the clips, dog, because she shot it like this normally, and then she shot some like this upside, like.
Oh, okay.
So when the video, it's like one scene is normal across the screen, and then the other one is like up, and then the next one is like this, and the next one's like this. It just didn't come out good.
That would have been a good one. You know?
That's an easy video to recreate though. We just need an iPhone. We should have just did it on my phone.
Yeah.
That's where we messed
That
up.
would have been a good one right there. You know.
I know.
Shout out to Problem too, man.
Man, big
He's
shout out
doing
to
his
Problem.
thing, and you know, there's a lot of homies from Lowell's. You know what I mean? That have shown a lot of love.
Man.
You know, because that's one thing with me is you know, I keep my word. You know, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it for you, or I'm gonna try my best to keep my word.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's, you know, like shout out to Bozo. Okay, Bozo.
Shout out to Bozo.
You know, he reached out to me, hey, you know, and out of camarada love, you know, hey homie, if there's anything I can, you know, just let me know, you know.
Yeah.
And bam, like done. You know what I mean?
For sure.
King Cash.
Shout out. Hey, big shout out to King Cash. That's a solid individual right there.
Shout out to that camarada. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he reached out and kept his word, and boom. You know what I mean? He's been there a phone call away.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing that I don't respect. You know, if you come and you tell me, hey, you know, I extend my hand
Right.
or whatever, you know, and you don't keep your word, just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just don't waste your breath on telling me something you're not gonna come through.
Right.
You know, I don't expect nothing from nobody. I don't expect a handout. I don't expect, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna put in that work. You know?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell me something and you're not gonna keep your word, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. There's no point.
There's no point.
No fucking point.
You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, shout out to Eyekon.
Yeah.
You know, everything that he's ever told me, he's always came through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, the homies from San Diego, I got a lot of love for Lil Myru. You know what I mean?
Yeah, solid.
You know,
he's
a youngster, and but you could tell he's been brought up well.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I remember that was kind of my first big feature. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know, I remember I called them and you know, we spoke about making some things happen. Fat Wapple, you know, was helpful there too. You know, shout out to Fat Wapple. But he made it happen. You know, and Lil Maru came through. Huh?
Right.
He told me, hey, look, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do that for you, and didn't hesitate. You know, we shot the video, and you know, I respect people like that.
For sure.
You know, I respect people that keep their word. You know, especially in the rap industry where, you know, a lot of people are getting lost in the facade. You know, they think, okay, just because I'm at a certain level, I'm gonna forget what it is to help out the next homie, you know. And but like I said, I will never look for a handout. If I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? But you know, if you're gonna extend your hand or you're gonna say that but and not keep your word, again, just don't even say nothing at all.
Don't. Yeah, literally, it's pointless.
You know,
It's
and
pointless
you know, that's just how I see things right there. You know.
for sure. Do you feel like we have you feel like we have any haters from LA?
You know what? I can't.
I'm talking
I
about
can't.
I'm talking about a certain shout out to LA. I'm talking about a certain instance that had happened with us in LA
Us in LA.
where we're talking about Mr. My boy Doknow.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Shout out to
know,
my dog,
you know
man.
what? So in regards to that right there, I get love from homies from LA. I
Me
get love
too, man.
every
Me
time I
too.
go to Los, whatever city, they embrace me. Hey, Tam, what's up, homie? Hey, you know, so there's a lot of good camaradas out of
For
LA,
sure.
and even within my music, you know, I get a lot of homies from Los, like you know,
That's dope.
supporting.
That's
You
dope.
know, I never really have to deal with anybody hating.
That's
You
good.
know, but I think it's just a matter of respect. You know,
Right.
I show you respect, and you know, I get that back. You know,
Right.
but you know that thing that happened with Doknow. What podcast was that? I think it was like the Brown.
I have
Or
no idea what show it was on. I just kept getting tagged and stuff, and they were like, "You need to speak."
yeah, I think you know because I've seen Doknow. You know,
I've
you
interacted
know
with
I've
Doknow.
interacted with them. I've ran into him. You know, he's a good individual.
Facts.
You know what I mean? He's a good individual. He's respectful.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I don't feel that he said that maliciously.
Right.
You know, I feel that he said that just being a comedian. You know,
Facts. Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, you have to understand that people will take offense to that. You know, especially if our area feels like we're getting disrespected or downtime, because there's a lot of us grinding. There's a lot of us trying to get to a certain level and putting in that work. Of course, you're gonna offend a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna offend a lot of people, and you know, I don't feel that Doknow did that purposely.
Me neither.
You know,
I think he was.
those other Valvosos that were on that, um,
I don't know who
man,
was on there. I just know it was the regular three. I don't know who else was in the seats
yeah,
or whatever.
those you know, those guys better watch their mouth, you know, because we don't know nothing about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Doknow's cool.
Yeah. Doknow's cool.
You know,
man.
Doknow's
Yeah.
cool, and you know, I know, and I can say that he respects IE. He got love for the IE.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that he did it just being a comedian. But
Yes.
there's certain homies that are gonna take offense to that.
You still got to be careful because,
Yes.
like, if I was on a podcast, right, as a comedian, as someone who podcasts, and I said on 3, LA,
Yeah. Oh,
And
you're
we-
gonna
and
get a
we
phone
did it.
call.
I'm getting a phone
Yeah.
call. Whoever's around me is
Yeah.
getting a phone call.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just because Doknow calls me and says, "Pops, no, I know you're joking because me and you go back and forth about the IE in LA," that does not mean the rest of Los Angeles is going to be on Dunow's tip and just be okay with me saying what I said, right?
Exactly.
So, yes, you have to be careful. But do I feel like Doknow did it maliciously, or like he really hates the IE? No.
Yeah.
That fool called
Yeah.
me instantly. It was like, "Pops,"
I know.
you know,
Yeah, he called me too.
like-
yeah, he called me too. You know, like
which I
and-
respect.
and you know, I mean, I understand. Okay, so IE slappers, you know, he you know, he addressed it, homie. You know,
Okay.
he addressed it. I guess they ran into each other in person. They did their thing like men, and because that's how he felt.
Right.
You know, like you're not gonna down talk the area. You're not gonna make fun of the area.
Right.
And you can't hate that man for feeling like that.
You can't.
You know, but you know, at the same time, you know, if you really sit down with Doknow and you really have a conversation with them, you can honestly tell that he doesn't mean that with an ounce of him.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So, but you know, like I said, all that right there just needs to be done already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not, you know, you know, how can I say it? It's a dead issue already.
Yeah.
It's a dead issue already. And so stop all the DMs, you know, stop all the Doknow ain't welcome in IE, you know, stop all that shit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you know, you guys just want drama. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna do that.
Until that fool comes and shoots a vlog with us, I don't know if he's welcome in the IE. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Nah, shout out to my boy Doknow, man.
Yeah, you know, so, but I ain't speaking for them other fools. I don't know them. You know, they can keep their mouth shut on me for all I care, you know, or come say that to my face, straight up. Yeah, you know. And matter of fact, I want them to say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, either that or they need to go up on their podcast or whatever and apologize to the IE.
Mm,
You know, because they ain't no comedians. They know
mm,
they're just a bunch of squares that thought it was cute.
mm.
You know, so if you guys get to see this and you guys get to hear what I'm saying, come correct. You know what I mean? Don't be thinking that you could talk about the ending, you know, or make a laugh about anything like that. Because now we ain't feeling you guys, you know. But I mean, as a Duno, I know Duno. You know, what
Yeah.
I you know, I know what he's about. I know, but with these other fools, I don't know them. You
Facts.
know, so they ain't got that coming.
For sure.
You know,
For
but
sure.
just watch your mouth when you talk about the ending. That's all I'm saying. Just watch your mouth. You know, we're hustling too hard, we're grinding too hard, and we demand our respect.
For sure.
And that's just 100. You know, shout
Yeah.
out to every homie in the IE doing it.
We have a lot.
Yeah, just keep pushing and you know, keep grinding and we'll see everybody at the top.
Man, that part. Who's your top 5 artists coming out of the IE right now?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Okay, top 5 would have to be let me see. Okay, top 5 artists. YBEs.
He's
Okay.
on mine for sure. Shout out to
YBEs. Let me see. I gotta say my boy Nueve.
Hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, my boy, he's you know, he's kind of taking a little break. You know what I mean? He just started a family.
No,
You know what I'm saying? He's
for
doing
sure.
his thing and stuff like that. Once he gets situated, I know he's gonna come back killing it.
Gang Slide's still one of my favorite tracks.
Oh yeah. You know, so yeah, my boy Nueve. Let me see. You know, my boy H909. You know,
Solid pick.
You know, he's taking a little break due to some things too. You know what I mean? But like I said, when my boy comes back, he's gonna hit him. You
For
know?
sure.
You already know all my pimp rolling. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's just so many.
There's a lot.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot that we're around too that it would feel wrong to not mention.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to make a top 5 for sure.
You know, FKM.
Yeah, FKM's hard.
You know, FKM. You know, and you know what? Shout out to FKM. You know, he was the first homie to ever give me a platform.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, on a baker's dozen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was the first homie, and that's a real good homie right there.
For sure.
You know, real good homies. Shout out FKM. You know,
for sure. Yeah, we do have a lot of good artists, man. We have a lot of creators and we have producers and we have cameramen and videographers coming out of the IE right now.
Shout out to all the cameramen.
Man, we have an army of people coming up in the IE right now.
Shout out to Exclusive Shot It.
Shout out to Exclusive.
Shout out to Beto.
Big shout out to
you know
Beto.
what I mean? Shout out to Jay Nino. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you something, right? With Jay Nino, with Beto and Exclusive, they're one phone call away.
Yeah, facts.
They want to see the homies winning.
Facts.
You know, and you know, they always look out. You know, even if you know, even if it's out of love, I mean, they're willing to help out. You know, and that's something that speaks volumes about them 3 individuals.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, shout out to them as well.
Solid individuals right there. That's crazy.
You
I
know?
bet dude would just be pulling up, huh?
Oh yeah, Beto. You call him at 11:00 midnight. He's there. You know, he's there ready to go. You know,
that's big.
Yeah. So, I got some new things coming too, man. I got some new things. I'm gonna end this new year with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got coming for?
You're gonna see. You're gonna see on Thursday. You know, make sure you guys are following Big Temps Music Thursday.
That's the day.
That's the day that I'm gonna drop some you know, some heat and you know, Diablo hit, you know, with the truth and it's checkmate.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Be ready for Thursday, man. No cap. Before we clock out, I want to know what your favorite Mexican food in Riverside is. Just real quick. What's the best Mexican food in Riverside, in your opinion?
The best Mexican food. So like mariscos or
not Mexican, not mariscos.
Okay, so Mexican. I would have to say. Oh shit, that's a hard
one, huh? I know.
A hard one.
I hate getting asked that.
I would go from like Casamota to man, Casamota to yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
That's hard, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever had Olivia's?
Oh, Olivia's on Magnolia.
Fire, huh?
Fire.
I love
Okay,
Olivia's.
see that one right there.
That's probably mine. That's a hard question for me too, but that's probably one of mine for sure.
Yeah, that one right there.
What's the best mariscos?
La Cruda.
Facts.
Yep.
Big facts.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so that's probably the best one right there. That's probably the best one.
Anything you want to leave the people with before we clock out?
Just I appreciate the love, appreciate the support.
Where can they find you at?
They can find me at Big Temps Music on Instagram. Big Temps Music on TikTok, and just
Google Big Temps, homie.
Yeah.
Find them.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you for
pulling up always.
Eyekon, you know what I mean, for always looking out too. You know what I mean. I send my love.
He's all right.
Back at you.
He's all right.
You know what I mean. You guys always show love to the inland, homie. So that's very highly appreciated. So just keep it real, keep it 100, and just much love to everybody.
Man, shout out to all the sponsors, man. Shout out to Cookies, Vibes, Shaka, Flame Bachi, Royalty Honey. Make sure to tap the links down below. Make sure to follow my boy Big Temps on everything, and be ready for his new music. I don't know if this is coming. I don't know if this is gonna drop. Before.
It's dropping Thursday.
I don't know if this is gonna drop before or after, but if it's after Thursday, make sure to go tap in with what he dropped. And if it's before Thursday, be ready because he's coming. It's been another episode of Inland Talk. We're out of here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.